All right, welcome back, everyone. Got actually more than one thing to show tonight. Got the structure, the glue sort of held there, but I probably will do some reinforcement, throw some reinforcement bar under there just to make sure it's got the glue sort of got that sort of spider web looking thing going on in there, so I'm not gonna rely too much on it. Should have put more in here. It's a little wobbly there, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but it's definitely not secured. I thought the clamp might hold it in place long enough for the glue to hold it, but no, it did not. So like I say, I'm just gonna, I got a bunch of these little guys left over from that Christmas build. I'll probably just slap one in down here. I'll put it underneath. But like I say, I'll just sort of glue it to the front, and then to the top, so it's got something, weight bearing. Maybe that might be a little bit too. Yeah, I think something like this. Make sure I got room for my wiring back here, because that hole is a wire hole. But like I say, it's probably, like I say, something in that range. Just sort of, like I say, reinforce it. As a matter of fact, yeah, I might as well go ahead and do that now. I'll use the old Gorilla Super Glue for that. And while I'm getting that set up, our very full tray of tiny pieces. Gonna use, minus a few that we're actually gonna get to use tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. But let's say it still overflows. But I think we're done with those. It looks like from now on we're like taking stuff away from the tiny pieces and building buildings. So, and I've got the music box coming up soon. I forgot I had a music box on this thing. It's here somewhere. I'll have to look for that. Not that I lost it. Like I say, it's somewhere in this room. But back to. And of course I got my kitty cat to put on too. But I'm just gonna let that flow down because it fell down. Alright. Wipe this off good. Get me a good bit on that edge and just a little on the top. I'm not worried about the edge, is more important, I think. And bring everybody together and mush them down and give that good 10-second hold. Alright. That's gonna make sure that didn't fall. I hope. It feels pretty stout now. And it's actually bonded it together too, so that's good. Okay, so let's put this up before I knock it over and spill it everywhere. Put you aside. And I got a little kitty cat to put in a windowsill here. I'm just going to go with the old Aliens Turbo Tacky for this, so I can get a little, like I was saying yesterday, it doesn't have a flat surface, so I want to have a glob glue to drop it into to hold it up. So I'm just going to put a little glob right there on this window ledge. Something like that. That way I can just hopefully just drop a little kitty in and it'll stand up. And actually let me clean up some of that so it didn't. I got a little overzealous with the glob. But it dries clear, so I think it'll be alright. Yeah. So there's our kitty. Alright. But that officially finishes the stuff they wanted me to do yesterday. So I'm going to grab today's stuff and I'll be right back and we'll get rolling on I'm thinking I may only get one page done because it looks like there's a lot of stuff to do on this page. So we'll be right back with that. Okay. We've got, let's see, it seemed like a lot more pieces when I was pulling it, but this is everything for this page plus, I think 5 lights, 4 or 5 lights. Yeah, 5 lights we get to install tonight. So I'm really planning on that taking most of the time. First thing, somehow, when I was making all those signs the other night, I missed this one. It's supposed to be like this one that goes on the front here, and actually the LED goes behind it, so it appears it's supposed to sort of cast a light down on our front door there. But like I say, I'm gonna just get out the old B7000 and bring you in a little closer for this. And just little dots around it. I think I'll try and hit these higher spots too. Hopefully sort of keep it together. And this guy drops on there. Whoop. Get you evened out. Looks pretty good. I'm just not even going to squeegee it. I'm just going to sort of rub it and try and make sure it gets all squished in. Okay, so that's done. As I set it aside and move on to the actual stuff we're supposed to be doing tonight. Okay, first thing, I'm going to put some window sills under here for our cat. Or shelves or something, I'm not sure. I guess it's already in the window sill. So. But I don't think we're going to put anything on there. It's just going to be like a shelf hanging out there. Goes up underneath. I'm thinking I'm going to put the supports on first, because that seems like that'd just be a pain in the booty to try and put these brackets on after you get the shelf installed. So I'm just going to do that first. Yeah, it's supposed to go to the flush with the end there, so that should be pretty straightforward for somebody that's more dexterous than I am. But just pop you down there and hold you in with the old super glue. And so you can sort of, as I keep saying, I'm going to build another one of these so it doesn't, so I can have a little more room, but I never seem to follow through on that. But got the old Gorilla super glue. Which, clean the brush off as much as I can. Doesn't take much on something this small. Get a good smooth coat on it. And you just slide down onto there and back. Hold it for a few seconds. Not like that. Yeah, and then do the same thing over here and make sure I match up the don't have one facing the other direction. Okay. So like that. Stand up. Okay, there. All right. Okay. Give it another 3 or 4 seconds and hope the glue didn't dry before I get it installed onto the shelf. I keep calling it a shelf because I don't know what else to call it. Alright. And didn't get you. Okay, yeah, didn't get it just right. Let's try that again. Let's see if I can find a better way to do it that way. Oh, I think I just broke that one off. Okay. Yeah, start from scratch again. Okay, so I think this is the best way to do it. I could be wrong. Okay, so maybe a little bit thicker. Okay, two there. Okay, fairly flush with the back. That's the problem I had with the first time. And you there. So be a little more generous with the glue this time, I think. It's not crazy, but just make sure I got a good coat on there. Okay, I think that's working. Find out here in 3 or 4 seconds. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. Over there to sort of let it cure up a little bit and do it again. Yeah, it's getting pretty lumpy here with all the spilled glue. I keep forgetting to clean it. But I'm saying that. So you like so. I don't like that. Maybe this side will be better. Yeah, something like, yeah. Maybe this way. Okay. Okay, yeah, that seems to be the smoothest option. Side. Fun and games watching glue dry. Okay. This is where I ran into trouble last time, wasn't it? Okay. Maybe that way. Okay. All the way in. I think, yeah, that's, I don't know if y'all can see it, there it is not okay again. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay. Let's just try again. Looks like it ought to be good. Let's get a little more pressure on it, maybe. Okay. Yes, I think this is going to do it. Got a little bit of a view down there through it. Okay. 3 more seconds. Okay. A little crooked, but I'm going to put that in the middle so nobody will ever see it. Because the back is good. Okay. Let's see. This thing's out of the way. And now, like I say, these guys just go up under here, sort of centered on the windows. So, and I think, as long as I just hit the actual shelf, that should be enough to hold it in place. So, the shelf there, super glue. And then ease you in, and hold you. I should have started on this one because it's easier to. And now I've finally done it. Yeah, that is how. Okay. In the picture, they show it actually flush with the edge of the windowsill, but I think this is going to be okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's going to be all right. Does more to hide that little goof up. And so focus on her. Our kitty cat's got some shelves if she chooses to walk outside. All right. That took longer than I was expecting it to. Now these are evidently the windows for that. So sort of, I think what I'm going to do, it gives you the option, it says you can put them any way you want to. I think any amount of opening. I didn't try this yet, but I'm thinking if I'm going to have this one actually be closed. Just have it all the way flush and have the one open for the cat to get in and out with. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. And that also means don't have to do as much gluing. Or more stressful gluing anyway. So I'm just going to go that side and that side. You in there. That corner pressed against the side. Did I do that on the right side? I think I did. Okay, and then this one. On the bottom. This side. Okay, the windows don't match up exactly right, but I think it'll be I think it'll look okay in the end. Yeah, I think it'll focus on that. I'll see there's a little bit of a gap. Come on, focus. There is a little bit of a gap there at the top of this window, but I think it's, I say, at a glance, I think it'll be all right. Now, of course, this didn't. I should have glued them together and then done it. And just put it all in as one unit, but this one, I'm just going to hit this corner, because like I say, we're going to leave that in sort of open for the cat to get in and out with. All the way open, I think. All right. What gives us that sort of look? Cat's got her little freedom to roam if she deems her desire to out on that little shelf. All right. Now, what's next? Okay, get to install. I'd like to lay this thing back. I'm scared. It's awful flimsy. Let's do it over here. Okay, let's sort of lay it over the edge. It seems to be a little more stable. And you can actually see what's going on. So we're supposed to take our red and just around the doorway there. I'm sticking with, I'm gonna stick with the old super glue. I'm gonna concentrate more on the sides and the top rather than the bottom, so hopefully I won't glue myself to it. A little bit lower. Try not to get too greedy, but do want to make sure it sticks good. Okay. All right. That seems pretty good. Nice flush at the bottom. It's a little smooth in the doorway. Now we're supposed to take our gate door here, and it's sort of like the windows up there, sort of leave it cracked a little bit. So I'm going to do about like that, I think. And of course you can't see any of that, but it's similar to just going to hit the corner with the glue and let it ride. So it's here, maybe on both sides of the corner, get a little more bracing, a little bigger, and just get in there and hold you down. Alright, so we got that going for our doorway. Alright. I wonder how many times I want to break that out before I finish this project. Alright. Now, and this is also where we put our first light bulb in. It's supposed to run through this hole here, so we widen it up a little bit to make room. And we just supposedly run the first light through, have it and pull it all in. And is it just, let me see, where's my, okay, and it does say, just like before, sort of bend this one over 90 degrees so it goes right up against the wall like that. Once we get it, and I'm trying to see, you know what, I am gonna throw a little dab of glue in behind there just to make sure it stays in place. Just a little. If I can get it to come back out. A little just touch on the bottom here. And in there, just sort of, I say, just sort of reinforcement. It's not really gonna sort of a tack it in place thing. Okay. And then did that. So, and we get to put our bookstore sign up right over top of the light we just installed. So it just goes up right on here. I think that's good. I think that'll make a cool little shadow for that light shows up. I think let me lay this back down again. I can work with it vertically. And let's see how it actually shows it. About like this. It's right at the edge of the green there. That'll let a little more light escape there too, so I think that'll be good. I'm going to try the old B7000 for this, cause just to mix things up a bit and give it a shot, see how. I'm just going to run just a thin little bead all the way across, just to see how this stuff does, like that. And of course it had to focus on it, but I don't know if I can get it to show it hit the light or not. Just a tiny little bit of glue on there. And just drop you on and give you a little wiggle. Ease you right where I want you. Okay. It looks good to me. And where am I at? 20 minutes, 23 minutes. Well, that's just on this stretch. I forgot about the intro. Okay. Give that a minute. Sort of get tacky. Let's see if it's working. If it falls off, I know it didn't work. I don't see it moving, so I think that's it. And we take this piece, and we're gotta cut out a slot, or slot in the back wall. Back to vertical on that. Gotta cut this slot out right there, so I think that's also where some wiring is going to go. So let's just cut a couple of slits in there. It'll poke out of the way. And it's the same for the wiring. Okay. So I just sort of cut flaps in it so it'll knock it out of the way so I can glue it in place. This got the notches in the side here, so it's gonna, you drop it in at an angle supposedly. And then it just pops in. Yeah. Alright. I'll get another floor in place. Now I was supposed to put glue in there. Okay. Let's see if it'll undo now. Let's see, this is not glued at the top, so I should be able to. Okay. So I'm going to stick with the old B7000 because I get that nice tight little bead on there. This one, oh, you can't see that. On the edge here. And then a little bit there. And there. That should be good enough. I'll just pop you in. Alright. So, that gives us the front of our building looking like that. And let me do a stop start real quick, and I will, because I'm about to run out of SD card space. I'm always proud when I notice that before it shuts off automatically on me. It's the little things. Okay, now we need to do a couple of shelves, picture, lamp, clock, and books. Working on our inside. Basically putting the pictures over top of the, you make it so, see, this goes down in there with that sort of sense of depth there. So just B7000 it, I think. A few dots on here. And I think it'll go wide, yeah, maybe. Wiggle it around and line it up. Alright, easy enough. And then I think no, these books go on this shelf, which goes on right there. So I'm going to stick these on before I stick them in, I believe. And I think this seems to be a good job for the ideal. And actually, I'm going to trim this edge off because I think I want to be able to put some glue on the back of the books as well. Okay. Make sure I got a nice flat surface here. I'm just going to go books so onto that, like that. And then we'll stick the whole thing on the inside there. So, don't need much. Let's just stick them a couple of dots here. Okay. Alright, now I can glue the whole back, the shelf and the books, and stick them in place, hopefully. Which I'll go back to the B7000 to do that on the actual. Go here. Sort of missed on the placement of the books, but I don't think that's going to be too obvious from the front. There's going to be a wall here, so yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Well, there. Just got something to grab onto for this one. A little wiggle on there, spread the glue out, and then line it up. Okay. There we got that from the front side. Okay. Now, I actually think ahead a little bit on this one, because we're supposed to put this shelf in here. I can't see any of that. Let me spin it around. There we go. Now getting the light in there. So that shelf goes on there. These books go there. So this is actually going to be visible from the front, I think. So I do want to sort of try and attempt to get these fairly close. So something probably about like that. I say I'm not going to go super precise on it. I'm saying that is, but I do want to get a little bit off the edge here, I think. And gorilla. And back. All right. Well, that ought to work. And get back in here where I can see. And back to the B7000 again. And just you in. I think I missed on that one. Okay, there it goes. Get into the glue. Alright, now get our clock in place here. And then our lamp goes on the other end of the table, sort of in front of our window there. So I think I'll just put it on the lamp and make it easier to place here. Well, yeah, that's pretty close. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the slightly passive-aggressive battery symbol. saying I'm going low. So I think that's way down to. So we're just down to running some lights and putting a balcony and a sconce. I don't know. Something to put it. This goes around one of our LEDs. So I'm going to give that a few minutes to dry and go grab a snack, and I'll be right back, and we put all these on and these pieces. So right back with that. Okay, so we get to put our next steps, putting our doorway and our balcony railings on, and then we'll get into the wiring. Let's see, I can't. Don't have this is not quite solid enough to prop up, but basically this guy is gonna go. Well, I guess I've been sitting in the vertical. I keep forgetting. On this step, I can do this. This goes right there around our doorway. I think I will go with the Gorilla super glue for this one. Tomato sauce or something on there. Ketchup. Alright. Oh, the rest of my fingers looking. See how much more trash I've got everywhere. Okay. Had me a high quality frozen pizza for supper, so. Okay. Started like before, just gonna try and get a fair amount on there, but I'm not gonna go crazy with the glue. And in there, looks pretty good. A little pressure, both sides. Okay, that should hold that good enough. And then, say we put our railing around our little balcony situation here. Let's just start with the sides. Okay, I missed a little bit, but I think it's still going to be okay. I've got enough overlap here to that. I think. No, I'm about to have to flip it over, so I guess I better stick with the super glue. Let's see, which way do they have is up? They have sort of the they got the not quite a fleur-de-lis, but that's how they're saying that is up. I think as long as you're uniform, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go down that side and the bottom. Just up in there. This one is I think I need to do a little take about that much off the edge there. Alright, and do the same thing over here. Let's make it flush with the edge. About like that. Really pointed up, so. Alright, and this guy just goes right here on the front. That's going to line up pretty closely. So, on the bottom, then here. Get some of them. I'm back with you. Okay, I pushed in on the middle too much and got a little bow there, but that'll be all right. Okay. That gives us our little balcony situation going there. I like it. Here's our whole front side. That's, I'd say, pretty well how that one's going to be. That's on the outside anyway. I'm sure there's more details going in our little bookstore here, but I don't think there's anything more going on in the cat department. Got our books and everything in here, so that's, I think it's probably done. All right, but anyway, now moving on to our wiring. So our wiring, our lights anyway. This guy, there's no mark on it or anything, but basically it shows it going just like sort of right here in the middle of everything. And if I had any tape, I would just use tape, to be honest. I think it's going to be, oh, wait a second, there's some left over. No, that's not individual pieces. Surely I've got some, oh, I do. Some of those little, from one of the other sets. Got the sort of, those little scotch tapey type dealios. I think that'll be much easier than, I hit that about right there, I think. That seems about how they've got it. and okay, maybe 2 or 3 more of these on the way down. Yeah, I think this will be much less of a headache than trying to make the glue work on that stuff. Here. And then one more. Oh, wait, right there. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's far less traumatic than trying to do that with glue. Okay. Now, it says we're supposed to work on it upside down. Okay, actually. Okay, so we're pulling. Okay, so this one likewise supposed to be up against the roof. It's supposed to go, yeah, right out the back here. Okay, I'm going to try and put a dab of glue in on that because it's getting sort of, yes, get some more reinforcement down in there. Just the old, put a drop of super glue in there and just on this little notch tab situation there. I think that'll give us enough. There, you up in there. Probably gluing myself to it right now, but the skin will grow back. Stay up. Okay. Didn't glue myself to it too much. All right. So that goes. Oh, a piece of tape on there. Or two maybe in this one. Put one here next to my block. Push it up against the walls. Do that. This back here. Put another one back there. That down. All right. And okay, we're supposed to run the next one. Also goes in this room. So run this back out the back here. Wish I'd known that. I would have saved that piece of tape. But you go. And you over. It's supposed to go pretty much right there next to the, you know, right behind that little tab there. Away. Getting low on these tape pieces, so hopefully I've got enough of them to make it. You over that. And then our little globe deal. I guess I can bring you in a little bit closer. It didn't need to be that far out for this part. Like I said, that just goes on there. So get the old Aleene's Turbo Tacky out. Put this on a generous dollop inside there and a little bit down on the base. Run you through, spin you around, make sure everything gets spread out good. I think it's making contact. Okay. Then, okay. I've got to put lights into these two rooms. Let's see, I think maybe I can use the cell phone stand for this part. You guys go over here out of the way. Yeah, it's going to show a little bit there, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so we got two more, and the one with the globe that we made the other day goes in the top up here, and the plain one just goes in here. Oh, I've got. That's just where you know, we're just bending like that. We're not bending the actual, I think. It's just sort of about half right in the middle there, so I think I'm going to have enough tape to make this work. You're going a little bit too far forward there. Go back. Definitely didn't get it. Okay. That should work for that. Right. And run all these wires up here sort of out of the way. And they say the last one's the one we built the other day with the little globe around it, or bell, or whatever you want to call that. Just a quick twist of these on the end here. Maybe they'll sort of hang out together. Nope. Alright. You're going to cooperate. Okay, still there. And this is supposed to go. Let's see. Move up a little bit, don't I? Just a right angle there. And it's sliding all over the place here. Okay, so about right there it looks like. Let's see, I got 4 pieces of tape left yet. I do need to add that onto my, like a real roll of tape onto my shopping list. Alright, here we go. That was, I think that's the last step in the stage. They say they don't really tell us what to do with all the extra wires we got hanging out over here. But I think, I say, I'll gang them up and try and keep them out of the way. I say, I wish I'd thought to test the lights before I did all that wiring, so I hope they all work. But I think got some good progress today. Got a lot of little details on the front. Actually got to use up some of my tray of tiny pieces. Not much of it, but a little bit. It's still pretty full. I think it's a lot of little fiddly things, but I think that's what these sets are all about. I think it's going to be a good looking set. This is just the first of, was it 3 buildings on this thing? I've done forgot. I'm still working. Yeah, maybe 2.5. One big building, one sort of half building. I'm digging it. It's a fun little build so far. Not, it's had its moments, but it's not super stressful. So I'm pleased with it. And that's almost an hour, or right at it. So Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.